on. Before that, though, we have our men's singles charity match. It's between Jim Williams of Wales and Richard Veenstra of the Netherlands. And to introduce them, Richard Ashdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for our men's charity singles final here at the 2018 Six Nations Cup. Firstly, we introduce the man from Wales, representing two charities, Wales Air Ambulance and T Haven. It is Jim Williams! Now from the Netherlands, representing the children's charity Kika, it's Richard Veenstra!
Here we go then. Do not adjust your set. Jim Williams is playing in the orange of the Netherlands, and Richard Veenstra is playing in the black and red and green of Wales. And if you look closely, you'll see Jim Williams' name on the black shirt, Richard Veenstra's name on the orange. The two players have swapped shirts for this charity singles final.
Outside the
Jim
ball.
to throw first.
We play
in a first to five.
First leg is Jim to throw first. Game on. .58.
Jim may be hoping to harness the power of the orange shirt after Richard and his Dutch teammates secured their passage through to the Six Nations final, which is coming up for you very shortly. Before that, we'll have Wales versus England in the
98
women's competition. Both teams qualifying through earlier on today here on Free Sports.
134.
And Richard Veenstra plucking darts out the treble 19 with Cymru written on his back is still very weird for me, I've got to say. Similarly, Jim Williams, the placid Welshman,
85.
with Nederland written on his back, is similarly obtuse. So two players treating this game very lightly. It is a charity singles match after all.
41.
Yeah, Welsh are supporting two charities. Ty Haffen is a leading paediatric palliative care charity, Wales Air Ambulance. And for the Dutch, they are supporting Kika, a charity for children who are suffering with cancer. Decent prize pot available as well for those charities, which would be, I'm sure, very appreciated.
70.
And both players will certainly try and win the game, make no mistake about that.
Yeah, that's King Shaw with the first leg.
It's Richard Veenstra who does
Second leg is
win the very first leg against the darts with double top.
.45. .140. .41.
Williams will go down.
40.
One of the best cover shooters, and well, the Welsh fans haven't quite managed to swap shirts
60.
with their Dutch counterparts.
.96. 140. $41.
And there are the two flags flying high in Selsey here at Bun Leisure.
140.
The Welsh team didn't quite make the final of this competition. The Six Nations, which will be taking place a little bit later on. Northern Ireland, who beat Wales earlier on in a truly magnificent match. 13-12, the deciding leg, won by Kyle McKinstry.
43. Jim, you require 50.
Jim Williams threw a 12-dart leg to take it to a decider. He played really well throughout that match.
Yeah,
and he played pretty well there,
Jim
too.
Williams. Third leg is Jim the Tro first.
17-dart leg.
Game on.
Jim Williams squares things up. Breaking back.
$99. 59.
There's it. Some members of the Dutch team. And there's it. The men's coach, John Locken.
100.
Always a very popular figure.
$96.
Driving his team on over the course of this weekend.
$98.
As we mentioned earlier, we will be
58.
having a new win. Well, we could be having a new winner of the Six Nations. Northern Ireland have never won it. Netherlands have won it just the once back in 2013.
$44. Jim, you require 144.
Oh, now then. Another one of those. Double 12 for a 144 for Jim Williams.
132. $60. Jim, you require 12. Yeah, that's game short.
Jim Williams does see off the leg on double six. Walters throw 2-1.
Game on. 140. $60. $100. $81.
Good start then from Richard in this leg. 1040 and 100. And
81.
And 81, that last start was sloppy.
$140. $43.
And there's some of the Dutch team cheering on Richard Veenstra. Bit of Mandegers and Chris Landman. Looking forward to playing in the final later on, no doubt. So the women's team there as well, who were narrowly eliminated in their semi-final. Which
65, Richard
an enjoyable watch as well.
137.
Narrowly defeated by Wales.
97.
5-4 in that decider.
155.
Rhiannon O'Sullivan edging out Vanessa Zeideman. Seems like a long time ago now. Well, it was a long time ago now.
100.
Richard
Richard 14.
I do just get the
35.
sense inside the venue that
55.
there's a feeling of anticipation in the air. Everyone just wants to get these finals, I think. Jim Williams to break.
45.
Can't do it.
Richard 5.
So Richard Veenstra wants 1 for double 2. Double 1.
No score.
No score.
Jim
So
Williams
Jim Williams now for double 5, 4, 3, 1.
No score.
Oh well, that's sloppy, isn't
Richard
it?
5.
Didn't want double 5 at all. So went 2 double 4 and then missed the fat 2. Well, treble 1 for double 1. Unorthodox, but Richard Veenstra takes the leg.
Jim the 12 first. Game on. $140. 81. 134. 57. 40. 45.
After a 140 and a 134 start, Jim Williams then only with 40.
57. 100. Jim Unicorn 130. 115. 100. Jim Unicorn 15.
Double 4 then for Jim Williams. He didn't get a shot at this in the last leg that he wanted.
Richard Unicorn
Wasted 2 there.
118.
Richard Veenstra then wants 118 now. There's the treble. 18 will leave tops.
98.
He's short as well. Jim Williams
Jim Unicorn
to make it 3-2.
4.
Wants double 2. And now double 1. These players have struggled with the doubles today. Not in the team matches, but just in this final, it's been a bit lax.
Richard Unicorn 20.
And that doesn't change from Jim there. Veenstra then for double 10.
10.
Oh dear me.
Jim Unicorn 2.
It's got to go at some point, you'd fancy.
No score.
It's not
Richard
going there.
Unicorn 10. No score. Jim Unicorn 2.
Oh, both players been seemingly affected here. Not often you get this far into
No
the 20s
score.
with these two.
Richard Unicorn 10.
Jim Williams had 27 darts in a leg. Richard Veenstra just splitting again. Double 2.
8.
No.
Jim Unicorn 2.
Oh, this is remarkable. 28. 29.
No
30
score.
darts.
Decision required
Goodness
2.
gracious me.
No score.
And that'll technically be 30 as well for
Decision
Richard.
required 2.
Well, all of a sudden, this game that was being taken lightly, both players swapping shirts, all of a sudden is not very
No
funny
score.
anymore.
Decision required 2.
Jim Williams and Richard Veenstra, I think, trying to see the funny side. Struggling. In more than one way. Goodness
No
gracious
score.
me. Well, Richard Veenstra will be hoping that this doesn't happen to him later on, when it really counts.
No score.
Wow. I have to say, I've been covering darts for a long time. I don't think I've seen a leg like this. Not in my local. Or not
No
involving
score.
myself. You can see you can see some of the crowd. You know, Jim Williams is walking off to have some of his drink. You might have more luck, Jim.
Yeah, let's get started at fifth line. Jim Williams.
And the
Sixth
biggest
line
cheer,
is
probably,
Game on.
of the day. Although, to be fair, the celebrations from the Netherlands when they qualified through may have been significantly louder than that in our last team match.
137.
And just a reminder there from Richard Veenstra that he's actually a blooming brilliant darts player. 137. Watch Jim Williams rack up a big score now. Of course,
125.
couldn't hit double one for about 15 darts. And he has the audacity to ping in 2 treble 20s. Much more like it. In the end, it is a 3-2 lead for Jim Williams.
55.
2 successive legs, one on double one. One far more ridiculous than the other.
55.
Well, I'm not sure if we can just have a think about the averages of these two players, because I have a feeling we might be talking single figures after the last leg.
96. Decision requires 72.
Now Jim Williams left himself a bogey. Veenstra will be back at tops. That's all Jim can do to put a little bit of pressure on. Go downstairs here, I think. Look for the ball. That's a good dart. Very good dart. There we go, Richard. Much more like it.
7 like is Jim to throw first.
3-3. Oh, Martin Hennihan greeting one of his many fans.
41.
Signing some autographs, which is lovely to see.
16. 100. 16. 100. Jim, you require 161.
Well, we're down to a finish. Jim Williams wants 161. He won't get it here. Richard Veenstra wants 118.
Richard, you require 118.
2 tons have set him up for this. Now,
19.
double 19 would have
Jim,
won
you
it.
require 24.
Put him 4-3 to the good.
Yeah, let's
Jim Williams though takes out double 12, so he put himself 4-3 up.
Game on. 16.
And 1 away from home in this charity singles match. Oh, great darts, Richard. 180.
45.
Flyers, they call him. And this weekend he has,
57.
well, certainly today at least, resembled a Flying Dutchman. Wasn't at his best yesterday, interestingly, in the team competitions. Veenstra got to the latter stages of the England national singles last
84.
weekend on this stage on Free Sports. Played really well in his first game, dipped out towards the end of
140.
the second match, and yesterday he wasn't at the races. Today he very much has been. He was near unstoppable in that semi-final we saw earlier.
100.
It looks like he's going to take us to a decider. 6 starts at 64. He'll stay there for double 16. And that's
Yes,
for a
King
piece.
Sean to the Egglag. Richard Veenstra. 9 and 5 is Jim the first. Game on.
So we go to a decider.
$43. 59. 100. 99.
Well, both players pretty much neck and neck here. Williams with a 43 and a ton, Richard with a 59 and a 99.
100.
And a ton for Jim. And Richard follows him in.
$95. Jim, you require 124.
And that won't go now. Richard with a 148 can win the charity singles.
43. Richard, you require 148.
And he won't with that. He can set it up with a
60.
ton.
Jim, you require 81.
81 there for Jim Williams. That's treble 19 for double 12, as you can see. He's very good at treble 19s. He's pretty good at double 12 as well, as he shows. 5-4 Jim Williams then.
Six Nations charity singles men's champion, Jim Williams.